dire in the northern Gaza Strip. Internet and cell phone services have been cut off in large parts in these areas, and the IDF has reached the middle of Sheikh Radwan neighborhood, very close to the Shati refugee camp in the Nassa neighborhood. Salim says the bombing is non-stop there, with quadcopters overhead. This is 6 days ago. Then this email. An unprecedented media blackout is underway in the neighborhoods and regions of northern Gaza. Tons of shells are falling randomly. Warplanes are firing continuously. Buildings are being bombed over the heads of the residents. And finally, an evacuation order was issued for the Shuhada al-Shati and al-Shah government schools, which house thousands of displaced people in preparation for their bombing. Salim continues to confirm that the internet is down there and cellular signal is also very weak. Then we get a message from Salim after 2 days. The internet is back after a 2-day outage. The killing, bombing, and genocide haven't stopped. The massacres continue hourly. Almost all shelters have been destroyed and people here are all on the streets. Since this morning, there hasn't been a single drop of water to drink. The suffering is increasing and I think death is inevitable. If there isn't financial support, it's okay because you did everything you could. Just pray for everyone and keep us in your memories. A few hours later, from Salim. At this moment, the remaining homes and shelters of the Al-Shati camp are being bombed. Today is the day of the greatest horror. The following day, or maybe later on that night, or the following day, from Salim again. This morning we were trying to find food to feed some of the remaining families here, children, women, and men who haven't eaten anything since yesterday. This man, Ashraf al-Hisi, and Isan Foda, has spent his whole life in Al-Shati camp and his profession is fishing. He's very skilled, according to what people here told me. He said, "You will eat fish today." I asked him how. He replied that he was going to sea to catch some fish in his fishing net. We tried to stop him, but he refused and insisted on going despite all the danger surrounding us. 1 hour after he went to sea, he was killed by Israeli naval bullets. Ashraf died trying to give people some hope that they would eat. There is no great honor than that. The following day, from Salim. A new massacre is taking place now in Al-Shati camp. So far there are 5 martyrs, including children who have been turned into pieces. Their children who have been turned into pieces. Another email from Salim. Successive massacres are taking place in the north of Al-Shati camp. Ambulances cannot reach the wounded there. Thousands of people are trapped in and around Abu Asi school due to the severe hunger and thirst. People, especially children, cannot escape by foot. Another email from Salim. Yes, my sister Tamar, there are fainting cases everywhere due to hunger and thirst. There is bombing everywhere. There are dozens of injuries and martyrs. Thousands of people are besieged. The situation is very difficult. Now, usually when I read you these updates, I omit anything about fundraising, distribution, anything practical. It feels more respectful this way. But today I'm not going to do that because we're still fundraising and the situation is really dire. So I'm going to read Salim's message exactly as it is. I told Ann yesterday that we need a lot of money more than ever to be able to save the lives of dozens, maybe hundreds of people here. We also need food and water, which we get with great difficulty. She told me that Tamar can only send according to her circumstances. I appreciate it, but I'm talking now about how many people whose lives are threatened at any moment. Things are very difficult here. I want to address the donors and all the human hearts. Perhaps this is my last appeal. We can now save the lives of many children, women, and elderly, but perhaps soon we will not be able to do so. People here are dying every moment, and if they cut off the internet again, perhaps you will never know anything about us again, or everyone will die in silence. We pray to God that everyone will survive. Thank you.
So we're going to go straight into the hostage statement, and then maybe we'll do a short little round of chants, and then we're going to go straight into the hostage statements, and then we're going to do a short little round of chance to allow our speakers as much time as they need. So every week we bring some kind of message from the families of hostage members in Israel. These are the words of Menashe Noy, who was leading the hostage family demonstration yesterday in Paris Square in Jerusalem. The center of protesting is shifted to Jerusalem in order to try and put as much pressure on Netanyahu as possible over the last few weeks. And he says, "What happened to you, O land of Israel? How did the dream become a nightmare on your ground? How, on this land, did Israel become a dangerous country? A threatened country, a threatening country, a country endangering itself and the world, a country out of control. After the destruction of the temple, the sages of Israel warned us not to raise a wall nor rebel against the family of nations. Today, what we are fulfilling is not the return to Zion, not an exemplary society, not love thy neighbor as thyself, not don't do unto others as is hateful to you, not redemption of hostages, not do not stand idly by while your neighbor's blood is shed, but we are erecting a wall and yes, rebelling against the nations of the world. Sparta, super Sparta, we've passed the final whistle. There's no more OT, it's over. After 715 long days and nights, our brothers and sisters are still in Gaza and they cannot wait any longer. I don't want to speak of the man who lives in the house on Gaza Street. So for those of you who don't know, that is where the Prime Minister of Israel lives, in Jerusalem on a street called Gaza Street. A man who says that he sleeps well at night in the house on Gaza Street. I want to speak of us, those who do not sleep well at night. We come here, we stand here, we knock on his door, on the door of the government of Israel. We protest, we cry out, we shout, we yell, and what? Nothing, nada. A locked door, shuttered windows, closed eyes, stuffed up ears, a hardened heart. In our dark, dark reality, instead of doing everything, yes, everything, to secure the release of those who were abandoned on October 7th, the state of Israel bombs the negotiating team in Qatar and initiates a military operation in Gaza City. The members of this government of abandonment are surprised by reports that our hostages are strewn throughout the city of Gaza, acting as human shields. What exactly did they think would happen? And they want us to continue to believe that they're doing everything to get them back, but we're not naive. After 715 days and nights, we've lost our innocence and our ability to believe that military pressure will return them. Only a deal ending this war will bring them home. And they know it too, these ministers of abandonment. They aren't innocent either. For them, the hostages, the hostage families, and us, everyone here tonight and everyone protesting all over the country tonight, we are only an impediment on the way to realizing their ambitions.
Ceasefire now! 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 Let Gaza live! Let Gaza live! Let Gaza live! Let Gaza
Okay, let's see if it's working. It is. Brad, apparently you're up first. This man, of course, needs no introduction here.
I'm very eager to hear Rula and May, so I will try to be brief today. First, let's just say thank you again to Israelis for Peace for organizing this for all of us. I, of course, like a lot of you, have been thinking about and engaging in cheshbon hanefesh, in an accounting of the soul, as we do as we approach the high holidays. And looking at the past year, as we have watched the destruction of Gaza, as we have watched forced starvation by the Israeli government of the people of Gaza, and we've come out here many a week after week, and yet here we are. I don't find it easy. One person who has helped me in the last week is that Ayman Odeh was in New York City, and he came down to the municipal building, and I got to talk with him. And I'm going to read you a little bit of the op-ed that he had in Haaretz the week that he was impeached and nearly thrown out of the Knesset. For those of you that don't know, Ayman Odeh is a Palestinian citizen of Israel, a member of Knesset, the leader of the Arab Joint Knesset of Hadash, an extraordinary. And this, what he wrote is in the vein of actually Emile Zola. So it's written in an I accuse form, but you'll see he takes some responsibility too. And as I'm thinking about my tshuva, these words are going to be ringing in my ears. So, like Emile Zola, who cried out in defense of human conscience during the Dreyfus affair, I too feel a moral duty to cry out. I accuse the Israeli government, led by Netanyahu, Ben-Gvir, and Smotrich, of waging a war of annihilation against the Palestinian people. This is a government that has abandoned even the faintest pretense of morality. Its goal is not security, it is vengeance, destruction, domination, and occupation. I accuse those who are supporting this disgraceful, dangerous, and profoundly anti-democratic impeachment process. I accuse the leaders of the opposition who have failed to offer a real alternative to this criminal path. I accuse those who support Jewish supremacy, who refuse to see us as equals, who deny our humanity, and who fail to recognize even a single nonviolent freedom fighter amongst the Palestinian people. I accuse those leading the campaign of destruction in Gaza. They have crossed every red line. I accuse those who demolish cities, erase lives, and perpetuate an illegal occupation. I accuse those responsible for the horrifying massacre of October 7th. This is an unforgivable crime, killing innocents, elderly people, women, men, young people, including those dancing at a music festival. It is an appalling crime. I accuse the international community, yes, I accuse U.S. President Donald Trump and his predecessors who legitimized the war of annihilation in Gaza and the rise of fascism in Israel. And Ayman says, I accuse us too. Yes, I accuse myself. We have not done enough. We have not been strong enough, loud enough to stop this catastrophe. But I do not accuse the families of the hostages and the victims of October 7th. I do not accuse the Arab public in Israel, and I certainly do not accuse the Palestinian people in Gaza or the West Bank. I see their suffering, I hear their cries. I do not accuse those who oppose this war, Jews and Arabs who declared in a clear, unwavering voice, not in our name. Our destiny is shared. We are not enemies, we are partners. Only together can we build something else, a better future, a different future, because my children, just like every child, are so desperately thirsty for life. They are thirsty for joy. They are thirsty for the simple, stubborn hope that refuses to die. They are thirsty for security, for peace, for the right simply to be. And who among us is not? As we head into synagogue for Rosh Hashanah and then for Yom Kippur, and as we say collectively, Ashamnu, Bagadnu, we have transgressed, we have sinned. I'll have those words ringing in my ear, because if Ayman Odeh says he has not done enough, my goodness, we have not done enough. And so I want to say again, thank you to Rula and May. I want to say thank you to Israelis for Peace. I want to say thank you to all of you for helping me take some responsibility. I have not done enough to speak out against the destruction of Gaza, and I'll do my own cheshbon hanefesh, and then we'll come back together and keep shouting louder and bringing more people here and speaking out more boldly and louder until we do enough to end this horrific war, to end the occupation, to end the destruction of Gaza, to imagine a mutual recognition and dignity and peace for all Israelis and Palestinians, for everyone between the river and the sea. Thank you. Shana Tova.
Before I introduce you, I'm going to address the people watching us from behind the lines and invite them to join us and tell them that we are here protesting for ceasefire and hostage release. We have been doing that since November of 23. And we're called Israelis for Peace, and we're also Friends of Standing Together. And please join us. And yeah, we really invite you to join us, keep in touch, maybe grab a sticker to see what we're doing on social, and think if you want to come next week. And after I said that, I want to please introduce the two co-directors of Land for All, Two States, One Homeland, who will share with us a vision, a sorely lacking vision these days. And first we have Rula Fardal.
Hey everybody. Thank you, Tamar. I'm not sure that we are going to speak vision. You are welcome to visit our website, and you are welcome to visit our website and know much more about political vision. It will be very long if we start, Maya and I, to speak about the political vision. So I would say a few words, but before that, I would like to thank you all, and coming before a couple of days from Palestine, Israel, I do want to share with all of you some thoughts about the situation there and about what's going on here this week, especially tomorrow and in the coming days. There are two compelling historical moments that we are witnessing now. The one is almost lasted for now about 2 years. And you know what, when I hear all of us, and when we continue doing this work, and when I hear the messages from Gaza, and believe me, I read them and I see videos and photos every day on social media, I feel as a Palestinian scary, insulted, left alone from the whole world. To imagine that in a couple of weeks we are going to be in the moment of having 2 years of the 7th of October 2023 and 2 years of the genocidal war against the Palestinian people, the mass starvation, the insulting of the humanity and the soul, the collective souls of the Palestinian people and their collective being in their homeland in Palestine, and the destruction of one of the old cities in the region. It's older than this place. We are speaking about Gaza, which is older than 4,000 years. It's been destroyed. And on the other side, we are witnessing this week another historical moment. I don't want to underestimate it. Yes, the recognition of the state of Palestine comes too late, too little, not enough, symbolic, but important. Important because it gives the Palestinian people their most basic life, that they deserve their self-determination right and their own state, which is very important. Meanwhile, we need all to continue asking to stop the atrocities and the genocide in Gaza and in the West Bank. In the West Bank, and as a reaction of the recognition of the state of Palestine and as part of the political vision, the messianic political vision of the Israeli government, de facto daily annexation is taking place. Displacement of people, encouraging them or pushing them to the edge in order to leave, and constant violence of the settlers and of the Israeli army. This is what's happening also in the West Bank. And in order to stop all of that, and in order to give some more meaning for the important event of tomorrow, the recognition of the state of Palestine, all of us, we need to ask two things in order to try to impact the situation there. To stop the war, the genocide, and the annexation and the violence in the West Bank, and to put meaning and to establish and to think about steps how to make this recognition of the state of Palestine meaningful. How can we imagine a state recognized by the majority of the countries in the world where this state actually is under danger of existence and under occupation and apartheid and negation of the basic right of these people to continue living in their land. If we manage to stop the genocide and the war, we have the other answers. We prepared an equal, just political vision for the Israeli Jews and the Palestinians. It's a land for all, 2 states, 1 homeland. We acknowledge the binational reality on the ground of Israelis and Palestinians. We acknowledge that. We don't want to lose anybody. We don't accept any negation of any of these groups. We can continue living there together. We can share the land instead of fighting. To whom belongs this land? And who owned it before the other? We own it, all of us, Palestinians and Israelis. And we acknowledge the reality that we need 2 states for the 2 nation groups, for the 2 people. But we need also a little bit more than that. We need to start sharing this small, tiny place and establish shared institutions in order to share and to manage what we already share, and in order to have a viable and sustainable peace and future, to have peace and to have peace agreements as we had before, actually a long time ago, if you remember, maybe before 25 years, 30 years. It's very important, but it's not enough. We need to add to that the acknowledgement of the binational reality on the ground. We need to speak about recognition and about reconciliation between the Israeli Jews and the Palestinians. Thank you.
feels like days that finding words, words are not enough these days. And so I want to maybe start by just acknowledging how profoundly awful these moments are, and to be humble about the fact that words are just not enough. And we need action. And I want to also acknowledge the fact that you all are here right now taking action. This is action. And we're all doing what we can, and we all need to ask, what more can we do? But as we are so in such a low moment, in such a difficult time, where hope looks nearly impossible to find, I do want to say that being here together, getting here today, going out of the house, coming, joining, week after week, this is resistance. And for us Israelis and Palestinians doing the work on the ground, we're here together. We can't do it without you. You can't do it without us. Land for All, the vision talks about separate and together. So we all are also one. So it's important for me to start with that and to thank you all for being here and for not giving up. I think it's too easy to slip into giving up and into despair these days. And what we're here to share with you is that our movement in Israel and Palestine is growing. And our work in the international community is becoming more and more prominent. As Lola said, this is the darkest moment for Israelis and Palestinians in our history. And I think for me as a Jewish person, this is a moment of true churban, of destruction, that I never imagined that I would witness. But we have to believe that this moment brings with it the opportunity for change. For more than 20 years, we have all been complicit in not ending the occupation and not solving the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. We've been managing it and shrinking it and normalizing it and letting it just continue day after day, which has brought us to this moment of destruction. We have not been brave enough to present a viable, alternative, and relevant vision. One that is audacious enough to create hope and political change, but one that is also practical and committed to the reality and to the facts on the ground that it will, this time, work. And so what we're doing every day is building a growing political cross-border movement of Palestinians and Israelis who are choosing life, who are choosing to hold an alternative. Because let us tell you, the other side has a very clear vision. One of annihilation and destruction and death and a super Sparta. One that destroys Palestinian lives and Palestinian peoplehood. But it also destroys the hostages. And it also destroys our safety and security as Israeli Jews. And it also destroys the Jewish people. And it's getting everywhere. Everywhere. It's all of ours. What's happening in Gaza, in the West Bank, in Israel, Palestine is all of ours. Because what we're seeing there will get here. It's already here. And you know it. So one thing, the first and foremost thing that we need to do is end the atrocities. End them and do everything we can to take action to end them, because if we don't, there is no future. But the other thing that we have to commit to is vision. The other thing that we have to commit to is presenting an alternative. And the alternative needs to be damn good. Because in this moment of change and in this moment of opportunity, if we don't have that vision, if we don't have the answers to the difficult questions that we all know are hard, But if we don't work towards having these answers, for both people, for me as an Israeli Jew, for my safety and the safety of my children in Israel, and for Hula, and for the Palestinian people, because until Hula is not safe and free, I will never be safe and free. And I say that as a human rights lawyer, and I say that as a Jewish person, but I also say it as a pragmatic person, knowing too well that there's no other way. And so we need to commit to right now, but we also have to fill the void of political vision with good answers to difficult questions, and we are doing that every day. Hundreds of Israelis and Palestinians over hundreds of hours and hundreds of meetings of crafting a solution that can work, that can be acceptable, that can be desirable, that can move us from this catastrophe to a better, sustainable, viable future. And we want to invite everyone to join us, to check our website, that next time when someone tells you, "Oh, this conflict will never end, it's impossible," or the two-state solution is dead, or there's nothing we can do, tell them that there is. We're doing it. There is. If we don't believe that this conflict will end, it will not end. So it starts with us. Thank you.
Hey everyone. So, first of all, thank you both. It's really amazing. We are going to do our regular silent standing with the photos, but before that, there will be announcements again at the end, but I do, since Ola mentioned the recognition of a Palestinian state, we have a second protest tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. It is more of a rally to support the French initiative, being the first G7 nation to recognize Palestine. They are going to do it officially tomorrow. So please join us in front of the French mission to the UN at 47th and 2nd Avenue. We know it's early, but it'll be super worth it. Thank you. And as usual, please put your signs back, take a photo. When we sit down, of course, remember the solemnity. There is another protest, which is not ours, but related, on Friday, 6 in the morning. And this one is, this has to do with Bibi. 8:30 in the morning as well. Wow, it's a popular hour. 46th and 2nd Avenue. Oh, and before everyone, but a few other announcements, which are, first of all, starting next week, the protest will start at 4 p.m. So, important thing, we're going into winter hours. Second of all, October 7th is a Tuesday. So we will not be here on Sunday with it. But we will hope to see you all here on October 7th at 7 p.m. Some friends have organized the Tashlit for Peace, which will take place in Prospect Park. We have an unaffiliated community-led Tashlit for Peace on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the lake in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and the Prospect Park Southwest and Vanderbilt entrance. We're asking that this year especially people not cast food away in their practice of casting their sins away, but instead use this opportunity to focus our thoughts and our actions towards those starving in Gaza. If you're coming to this week, we're inviting people to donate what you would spend on a holiday meal if you're able to the fundraising that Tamar does. If you need that QR code, she can give it to you, I can give it to you. It's everybody is welcome.
if you go and you have